Hey there everybody, Pop on Top here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got this weapon mod currently on the floor right here. It was not on the floor, kind of spawned in the air because we're in the root cellar by Sanctuary. Show this location off in a second. But obviously, we have the L.A.E.P instead of the layer, which is the layer obviously from Fallout New Vegas, right? The laser assisted electrical rifle, I guess, is what that means. This is the laser assisted electrical pistol. I don't know why the name has two pistols in it, okay? I didn't do that, but like we're taking the weapon. Let's see what it looks like off rip. So this is our laser assisted electrical pistol. It's definitely making laser gun noises. Semi-auto by default. Looks very much like a laser gun, but it's got that blue, almost like glowing, like fusion cell on there or whatever. It just, like I said, just was hanging out right here in the sky. So we're gonna take a, show you where this cellar is at, in case you don't know. I know other mod authors have put their weapon here before. Obviously, this is Sanctuary. There's this blue house here. It's behind that. There's a little root cellar back there. Obviously, that's like your main location there. Codsworth. There's your house there, and the blue one. There's the blowflies in this yellow house. They're still there. Just kicking it. I'm going to go to the weapon workbench though. We're going to see what we can do with the weapon, and I will see you guys when we get there. Alright everybody, here at Red Rocket, my main base of operations. Let's take a look at the weapon though. In the thing, base stats, it says it shoots fuel. So it's shooting like flamer fuel, I guess. With a fire rate of 50, range of 72, damage of 135. It's a very powerful laser gun, that's for sure. Because all these options here, as you see listed on the bottom right there, are standard stuff. So let's see what we can do with the weapon though. See if we can make it even more powerful. Let's see if it always shoots fuel. The Z Machine Zapper. Requires no muzzle attachment. Superior firing and reload speed, better accuracy, improved damage. Overcharged with an explosion. Adds burning damage. Better critical shot. So this is all the same damage until we get to the Z Machine Zapper, which does make it do, actually, I mean, the electrical stuff, I would imagine then, because like none of these are doing any kind of energy damage at all. But then we can't put a muzzle on there, which is fine, I guess. I guess we should see what the muzzle options are first. What you could do, like a splitter, the focuser, so like pretty basic laser weapon attachments, right? That do add a tiny bit of laser damage, like the focuser does a 1 energy damage. That's a weird. So that exists, but I think the Z Machine Zapper is where it's going to be. So you can't put a muzzle on there. Conductive barrel. It doesn't say what it does. It does increase range though. An improved insulated barrel, better damage and range. Makes it more like a rifle, and an insulated barrel. It's like an in-between. Like improved insulated barrel seems to be the best, right? It's obviously insulated so you don't burn yourself. And then we put a stock on there. Does that make it? I mean, the stock actually lowers range, so yeah, it must count as a rifle then. And that seems weird, but like if you take the maxed out gunslinger perk, it makes it so pistols can actually have significantly more range than rifles, especially in this particular setup. We obviously are gaining some accuracy as a trade-off for that, but we obviously have to have heavier weight. So maybe the standard grip might be the way to go. Make it a pistol. Why not? So you have a short scope, reflex sight, and a medium night vision scope. I don't know why it's a short scope and then a medium night vision, but that's fine. Reflex sight, I guess. Obviously you can, snipe people with it. We have an 11 round capacity here. A flamer fuel, which is really interesting. So now we're full auto, and we're shooting lasers. For sure. That's kind of nuts. That's a lot of color on my screen. Holy shit. I mean, now we actually are shooting lasers, because I'm pretty sure, or like electricity more. Like electrical pistol, right? Because like if every other receiver seemingly doesn't do that. Like if I put the thermal tuner on there, we're just going to shoot. I mean, we obviously have a much higher capacity of 29, right? Still flamer fuel reminder, but it is more like a beam that lights people on fire with a much larger capacity. It's always that laser weapon trade-off, right? In that kind of aspect there. But I do think, I mean, obviously you can get a muzzle on there. You can make it a splitter. You could, light people on fire. But with a shotgun, my accuracy is now 9 as a stat. So this is going to be awful in VATS. Like that's essentially the metric there. And obviously my hip fire accuracy is real large as well. It's 95 to hit that though. I mean, I guess I technically hit it, but it's not necessarily what I would consider necessarily the best way to make the weapon, but it is an interesting weapon. It is kind of like a laser pistol, but better. But like with this kind of attachment setup, when you have the thermal tuner, the magnetized agitator, or the standard receiver, it's just kind of like a better laser pistol, right? You can get the focusers, the compensating lenses, all that stuff. But I really think the way to go on this one is obviously the Z Machine Zapper. You need science and gun nuts, so it's quite a bit of perks, quite a bit of like materials and stuff. You want that improved insulated barrel though. I don't think there's any reason I mean, conductive barrel? No, there's no reason. There's no reason. There's no reason. It's this one. That's the barrel. You can make it a stock if you are doing a rifle playthrough though, which is interesting because like then it's essentially a layer. Right, because it is a rifle. If I make this full stock, does it make a rifle? It just gets capital letters. You see that shit? No, it's still, I guess it still says it's a pistol, but I don't think it's actually counting as a pistol, you guys. I just want to make sure that's really clear. It's essentially just a regular laser stock too. Pretty basic in its design, right? But it is full auto shooting electricity beams of death. And you can make it a rifle if you want to make it a rifle. I don't think there's any benefit to doing so unless, like I said, you're taking only the rifleman perk. But that is cool that you can do that. I do think we're going to shock some people with the lightning, though. The literal electrical part of the laser-assisted electrical pistol, right? I don't like the laser reflex sight. It's obviously the base laser reflex sight. Same thing with the sword scope. I mean, your sword scope's going to look like whatever your sword scope looks like. This is what mine looks like. It's very clean. You obviously could take the short scope for the increase in VATS accuracy. You know, you're going to get much better shots on that if you're using the weapon only in VATS. But, you know, I don't know if this weapon is going to be particularly effective at range. I mean, obviously, as a regular laser rifle kind of weapon, it could be. But I don't think you want to make this a rifle. I think this is a pistol. I mean, it's designed to be a pistol, but you know, you can do what you want to do. You get more range. I guess if you're really going for accuracy, right, you want to go probably medium night vision scope. And then you put the full stock on there. 98 accuracy. Even with 155 range, is quite a bit. And then you could use this weapon in VATS, and you could definitely snipe some people off. Not in this particular mode. I'm imagining this is going to, like, fire a burst in VATS? Yeah, because it's a fully automatic gun. It's going to fire a burst. Obviously, it can't be suppressed, so you can't, like, sneaky snipe with it. But you can probably pick people off at, like, you know, an exceptionally long range with a decently high accuracy on all your stuff. That is a cool feature. So let's take a look at the third person. Obviously, because we have a scope, that's working just fine. Seems to be working. The weapon seems to be moving. Is this like the cylinder spinning, kind of? It looked like it was spinning kind of in the third person, right? Like some of the front parts of the weapon were spinning when I was shooting it. It's just like the force of that energy. It's hard to tell in third person. I did have somebody list that they want me to show off weapons in power armor. So I'm going to do that real quick. You guys let me know if this is something that you guys want to see in more videos, right? You guys want to see me hop into power armor real quick just to make sure that it like functions well without clipping, or I don't know what the issues you are looking for. I don't use power armor on it. But obviously because it's essentially the base laser weapon, it looks just fine in power armor. As far as I can tell. Reload looks okay. Is it holding it weird? No, I don't know. It seems okay. Like, it seems to, I mean, I do hold it a little weird idly like this. Like, that is a little bit weird of a power armor thing, but you know. Is what it is. I don't use power armor. I mean, you can tell for yourself if that kind of thing is going to bug you or not. But yeah, I think we're going to, you know, obviously I'm going to pistol it up because pistols are more fun than rifles to a certain degree. But I would make it a pistol. I would probably not go that hard on the scope. The difference between the standard sights and the reflex sight is crazy though. Maybe we'll go medium night vision scope just for VATS and stuff, but like your personal preference on that, whether you want to manually aim or use VATS or not. Obviously, we have to go test the weapon out in some combat, though. We're going to electrify everybody, and it's going to be a good time. And I will see you guys when we get there. Alright, everybody, here we are. Zombies are in arcade mode, as I do. This is a different mod, but this mod allows me to test out weapons in an effective fashion. If you guys want to link to the Zombies are in arcade mode, let me know in the comment section down below. Link it to a lot of people before. We're going to spawn some enemies in. Ghouls. Why not? Why not? Why not ghouls? They are regular ghouls. I know I've done a lot of ghoul replaces recently, but I've gone back to the OG. But, I mean, that's effective, right? But yeah, by all intents and purposes, it is essentially just a laser gun, but better. An electrical laser gun, or just like a really powerful laser gun that you can use that way. Fire. The electricity is not lighting the oil on fire. That's an interesting side effect that doesn't make any actual physics sense, does it? Doesn't it look like if you were to shock oil, would that heat it enough to light it on fire? That's an interesting science question that I'm maybe not the expert on necessarily at all. I'm not. I mean, I cover Fallout mods on YouTube, you guys, okay? And I coach children in sports. It's not necessarily my forte. We're gonna do another wave though. We're gonna obviously do our third-person wave here. Obviously, we still got a scope on here, so it's gonna be a little bit awkward. But this is really tight hip fire with this particular setup as is anyway. And obviously, we'll show off the weapon is effective there. Power armor is a little bit of a weird, different beast. I just like really don't like power armor. I just don't like feeling slow. Is really my big deal with that. So, but the gun is effective. This is a fun gun. I mean, obviously, it's a rapid fire electrical pistol with this particular setup, or really powerful laser pistol. Something you can get in the very beginning of the game because it's in Sanctuary, right? Obviously, it starts out very powerful too. We saw at standard level, even if you didn't have any of the materials or perk requirements to craft higher level modifications such as this one, you could still do a lot of damage. Now, I don't think this is chaining the lightning, though, like other lightning weapons I've seen before. It just is shooting it. But, I mean, it is still like a very pretty effect. And that legendary just got melted. Which legendary? Assassins. Assassins is okay. I mean, there's a large, I mean, certain situations at least, especially, you will deal with a lot of human enemies, but you don't care about my opinion about a legendary, do you? This is a cool gun. I really like the visual effect of it. For it being such a simple weapon that is essentially just a better laser gun. That looks quite cool. I don't know, it looks less. Now it's just shooting like the regular lasers. What happened to my... It was like big and lightning-y, wasn't it? Wasn't it a second ago? Wasn't it just like crazy? And now it's just shooting... I don't know. It looked like more of an effect, right? Like it had an electrical effect, and it just seems more like a regular laser, right? It does have a lot of effect. Like even in the scopes there, you're gonna struggle a little bit to aim because of how much the electrical effect just takes up your screen. You just kind of pointed at the minions you want to die, and then you shoot until they're dead, and then reload if you have to. It's a cool little gun. I like it. I mean, the lair from Fallout New Vegas, to be specific, in the Old World Blues DLC, Elijah's weapon, right, was fucking one of my favorite guns. Even though that shit fucking ate through durability like a motherfucker. And I'm imagining if this game had durability, this would eat through durability even worse because it's a pistol. But it's a fun little gun. It's got some cool attachments and stuff. I mean, I am not the hugest laser weapon fan. I like my guns that go bang. I just like it's a more satisfying noise for me. But I know some of y'all out there really like your high-tech, futuristic, lasery type weapons, and this one is a good one. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is this going to be a mod you check out for yourselves? Because I recommend it. It works well to me, at least anyway, right? I always get those comments telling me like, oh, it didn't work for me. Well, man, I don't have your system. I don't know what the fuck you're doing wrong. Like, or if you're doing anything wrong, right? Like, who knows? It's working good for me. If you guys want to check out the mod for yourselves, make sure to check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page or the Nexus mod page. You can download this mod for yourselves there. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. The turret's got to go off to interrupt my outro because it's an asshole like that. But pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, whatever it may be, and I will see you in the next episode.